and welcome to Joseph's Model Railway and Toy Room. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You don't need to like, follow, subscribe to any of the videos I put out there. Put them out there where I can. Have a holly jolly great time doing so. Now, I'd like to welcome you now to a new project, and that is, what the heck are we doing between our canal here and basically what would be the end of the platform? And I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you will recall, and this train's in the way, we had worked on a bit of detail just in the first part of it here, and I'm very happy with that. Now we need to sort of finish this up. The reason why I sound hesitant in the voice is I don't have a plan. I thought I might put this out there now in a video, and then we can all look at the situation and figure a plan of attack out. Just before we bring that camera in any closer, a couple of key things just to get on the average landscape here. I guess the first one is we've got our refueling situation over here. We've got this canal, the old broken shopping trolleys rusting away in there, fishing trawler up here. This is where our crew are working because they're going from, this is one of the last semaphore operating signals that's being used on the line, and it's about to be decommissioned, and all the cabling and trunking and everything is being updated and going in for the new electrified signals and everything else that are sort of featuring on the layout at the moment. And of course, while you can't really see it because of this mess in the way here, we also carried that kind of theme on just up until basically where the edge of the platform is. So that's pretty much what's here, and forgive these trains. This is where the DC video that you saw on the Tech 2 was going, and I had to get the rest of the locos isolated off the track. So here we are. So we've basically got this space here to deal with. And as you know, further up the line, the scenery that we've used, we managed to do things that were sort of framing this track work off so you don't see it. Now, it's accessible, come in and over it, but as like here, it hasn't been ballasted. It's just left as raw track, which is easy to clean. And as it disappears into the sections, then the ballasting and things like that, exposure, where things are exposed, then we'll carry on. But I wasn't too sure. Ideally, it would be nice if we could have, originally I just wanted some green countryside mountains making their way up here. Maybe a weather station, bushfire observation tower, something like that. We've got a mast here, and we've just finished doing a one down the other end, which I'm very happy with. So don't really need any more of that. Wind turbines, yeah, maybe, but that's getting a bit big and not proportional to where we are exactly. So I'm not too sure on that one. And the other key thing I really wanted to do is actually have a road that sort of came up and made its way out, sort of justified the usage of what's going on around here. But I'm not really thinking we've got quite enough room. The other alternative is we could come up with a similar type of road system that comes up and opens up onto a street level. Something reminiscent on the 2003 to 2005 series of Fireman Sam, where the town is built on the edge of the water. So you have the terraced houses and shop fronts and things where they're lined up. Then there's the road, and then obviously here is where the water goes. So the whole idea is we could create this sort of edge that drops down there, and still with those low relief type of buildings, get them against there. I'm not too sure. And there's a key building I am chasing, and even if it doesn't fit anywhere in the layout, I'll just build its own diorama. But that being said, let's get you in now and check out some actual dimensions, and I'm keen to see what people might throw at me with a concept here. Well, let's grab our trusty steel ruler here at the moment, give you a bit of an idea of what we're working with. So on this bottom bit, we've got about 10 centimeters to play with here. On the total one, if we come straight back and over, we're working with about 21, 22 centimeters. I use that because we can come up and over and create that kind of, I don't want to say tunnel, but that is what it is, a portal type of thing that we did at the other end with our mountain there to sort of make use of what is otherwise zero space. Let's just put that into perspective width-wise. We certainly have some width for this. We've got about a solid meter to the actual road, or at least up until the scenery, just under 80 centimeters. So it's a reasonable chunk of landscape. The signal box is obviously lit up. I really don't want to have to move or do much there. So that does cut into it a little bit, which only gives us, by the time you factor in that roof, I've got 16 centimeters. So I guess that was the thing about doing a road. The road would sort of slip and come on up and turn off or something. But the road doesn't just have to get up to here. It would still need to carry up to justifiably clear the height of where the train would be sitting. Now that's creating a bit of steepness to be had there. And what are we chasing? About 13, 14 centimeters in a very narrow situation. So we would be looking at quite the embankment there if we were to do something in that style. So where to from here? I look forward to hearing some queries. Well, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for another video. What? I waited a whole week and that's all we got? Yep, I'm putting the work back to the community now. I'm not too sure. Perhaps something like a terraced, sort of layered kind of concrete and greenery something. I really don't know. I'm completely at a loss on this one. The good news is I am progressing with some other projects at the moment. We may be taking a little bit of a detour away from the trains in the next few, but rest assured progress is carrying on at the moment and I am well under construction with Fawlty Towers. So expect to see some good things. But in the meantime, as always, please do stay safe and I'll see you on the next one. Toodles!